subscriber, the Vehicle Hunter, here to tell you about this 2011 Yamaha scooter. This is a 49cc scooter, and ever since I picked up a 2010 Honda SH150i 150cc scooter, I tend to now view scooters through a lens of what they're lacking compared to the one that I currently own. So that's what sticks out in my mind about this scooter. First of all, coming from a 150, it's lacking power. It's a 49cc. If you don't have a motorcycle license and that's what you have to drive, then so be it. If you drank too much and got yourself a couple of DWIs and this is what you have to drive, so be it. It will get you where you want to go faster than walking. I think I have the needle buried at 40 miles an hour downhill. If you want to see it get past 50 miles an hour, I imagine you have to push it off of a building or something. It's lacking any kind of wind protection, so there's no windshield. My SH150 has a little, little windshield, but it does give you some protection. It's tight for, I'm a 6-footer, and so it's pretty tight, the seating arrangement for me here. Most people who are riding a 49cc scooter might not be 6 foot and close to 200 pounds, so maybe it'll go a little faster for them and be a little bit more comfortable for them. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. It does have a decent amount of storage. When you first look at it, you think, holy cow, look at the ass on this thing. This whole thing you think is going to be storage, but of course they got to put the mechanical pieces somewhere, so it's not all storage, but it's a good chunk of storage. Probably not enough to get a full face helmet, maybe not even a 3/4, but definitely a, I guess a half helmet. The wheels are 10-inch wheels. Decent beefy tires on here if you're, going off the beaten path. Much better, traction than what you might find on the wheel on like a Honda Metropolitan or a Yamaha Vino. It has drum brakes. Pretty light scooter to push around to get off the top stand, and if you ran out of gas because you were trying to push your luck, it's easy to maneuver around the garage, and kind of timid enough where you can park it on a sidewalk and nobody's going to get offended, nobody's going to get upset, you're probably not going to get a ticket, but also light enough that two dudes come by with a pickup truck, they can probably lift it right into the back, and then there goes your scooter. It does have a Kickstarter, which is something that has seemed to gone the way of the dodo of late. Most bikes you see don't have a Kickstarter, but this one does. So if you got a bad battery, you can still fire it up. It's got a relatively simple dash here. You've got your gas gauge, you've got your speedometer, bright and low beam indicator, check engine light, oil temperature light. We've got our high and low beam switch here. We've got our blinkers. We've got our horn. The horn sounds like the horn you would have on a 49cc scooter. Electric start button, engine kill switch. One thing I don't love, of course, bringing everything back to my Honda SH150, I don't love bikes that you have to take the key out to get into your storage. So on my Honda, you just turn the key and it will pop your storage open. But on this Yamaha, you have to remove the key and pop open your storage like that. Got the gas right here. Also going to need a key for that. So no matter what, you're taking the key out of the ignition. There is no storage hook. If you're bringing some groceries back from the store, you have no place to hook them here. So you're going to either need to buy just enough to fit in here. I also noticed, now this just pops into my mind, it doesn't look like you have any kind of a luggage rack. Like on a scooter this size, a lot of times you'll see somebody just take a milk crate, bungee cord the milk crate on there, or use zip ties, or get some little brackets and screw it on. And that way you just give yourself some place to put your gallon of milk and groceries coming home from the store. This looks like you'd have to get a little bit more ambitious with your engineering. And part of the reason for that is that the whole thing does open up. So if you did have any storage here, now you got to flip it up. So this scooter looks, it's got 2.5 feet of space here, but right here there's a warning. It says never sit here. Now if you're anything like me and you're a 17-year-old and you're friend is saying, hey, let me get a ride, of course you're going to let them sit here. That's what you do. You can't leave your friend behind. What are the effects going to be? I don't know. I'm not a kid anymore, so I didn't put anybody back there. But you've got a seat. This is really designed to be a one-person scooter, although you wonder why, because there's definitely room here for another seat. Maybe because the engine can barely carry one person, never mind two. Most scooters that I like have a flat floor, and this one has a raised situation here, so that's going to be harder for you carrying your grocery bags and whatnot, especially since you don't have a hook to do the holding for you. Being a street legal scooter, we have our blinkers and headlight. Normally 2 mirrors, but this one has 1 missing, so we've got just 1 mirror. It's not a terribly attractive scooter, nor is it unattractive. It's just kind of a little bit ho-hum to me. It's a good utility scooter for getting around a town where you don't have to go very fast at all, because you're not going to go very fast at all. And you don't get up to your top speed quick, and your top speed, you know, only being 40 miles an hour, you know, it's definitely going to limit where you can get to and how quickly you can get there. So I like a scooter with you know, at least 125 cc's, can get you up in the 50s, so if you need to hop on a highway real quick just to get up an exit or two to get to more back roads, you can do that. This scooter, you're going to be struggling to make those little jumps. This is a liquid cooled scooter, and it does have fuel injection. I don't know how good my microphone is, but when I turn the key, you can sometimes hear the injectors bringing the fuel delivery. And it fires right up.